There's a contemporary phrase that we have, which is Makwarap hashe irek, makwarap isha aye. The ground turned to stone, but the world is still alive. You know, we're in the midst of all this urbanity. We got to make sense of our world. We're doing what we can, you know, with what we have available. And so sometimes that means creating a cafe space in the back of a bookstore. Just so everybody knows what our menu is today. To start off, we have a rosehip tea and an elderberry tea, a native green salad, and a dressing of walnut oil and blackberry juice. We have soft-boiled quail eggs, acorn soup, one of them with wildflower honey, one of them is left unsweetened, acorn flour brownies. We have venison that's currently being smoked with bay laurel and bay salt from San Francisco Bay shoreline. So Akoit, welcome. Nesa makama. Now let's eat. Louis and myself started Makamham, which in Chochenyo language it means our food.
It's an organization that we started in order to return our traditional Ohlone foods to our families who haven't experienced them in at least 2 generations.
We just got to do what we need to do to make these foods stay in our lives on a regular basis, even when it seems like we're going against a lot of odds. This very place right here could be where our direct ancestors gathered 400, 500 years ago. So right here, this is the Charishmin. In Chochenyo, Charishim in Rumsen, which is the yerba buena. This is an herb that we make into a tea. It's that quintessential taste of home. It makes us feel really good to be able to make this kind of food, you know, to be able to taste these ingredients and then see how happy they make people also. People I don't think understand how decadent and how rich our diet is. You know, we always say that our food is inherently bougie, you know, because just the ingredients on their own. This is a blackberry yerba buena bay laurel dipping sauce, and we will add a little bit of acorn flour to this to thicken it. This is the bay laurel we gathered yesterday. These are quail eggs. Atush Texan in our language. These are going to be soft-boiled for 3 minutes. And we're going to have roasted venison backstrap that's wrapped in yerba buena. We're going to have Louis's acorn flour brownies,
which are something that we made to introduce acorn to our young people. We adapted a brownie recipe to include acorn flour and to use coconut oil rather than butter.
You know, for me, I think that our contemporary foods that we're making are foods that our people would recognize because they're rooted in everything that's traditional. We don't cook with anything that wasn't here in those pre-contact days. There is always room for creativity, but we also know that there's rules that we have to follow too. With those rules, that means that, you know, we have to be steadfast and making sure that we don't change things too much, because otherwise that changes the nature of what our food is.
By having Ohlone foods here today, it makes it inarguable that we are here.